Okay, everybody, let's get it going here on a Wednesday. Glad you're with us. Longshore and McKnight, presented by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy in association with our good friends at Yellow Hammer News. It is National Signing Day. I can feel the excitement already. Oh, I can barely stay in my seat.
It used to be a big deal. I mean, we've said that before. We'll say it again. We'll track it and all, but it doesn't feel the way it used. It's very important, for everybody, but it's not the most big important thing ever. For what it's worth, he's John Longshore. I'm Barry McKnight. National
What do you
signing
think Fax Girl is today?
fax girl.
Yeah, remember her?
I would say she's Sammy.
Divorced.
Would you think? Not right now at Sammy's, but maybe in 14, 15 hours.
Three kids, divorced twice.
Yeah, probably some veneers that would have helped her, some couple of crowns in the front. But
Sure.
You don't have that anymore because you've got the internet.
Yeah.
This is National Signing Day.
Yeah.
And in this first hour, it's basically all the East Coast, Eastern time zone people.
I did see Bama's already gotten their first 5-star in.
Oh, yeah. Which, again, the most important thing is roster management, talent acquisition,
development.
Development is nowhere near as important.
Okay.
What you want to get, hey, transfer portal opens up. I'm hearing we're getting that kid from North Carolina. Remember, remember when, he really wanted to come to Alabama, that kind of thing. That, the transfer portal.
I'm trying to figure out, excuse me, I'm trying to figure out what year this is. Believe it or not, Barry, our operatives in the field came up with a picture of Fax Girl. I've actually just sent it to Gurn Jr. Maybe he can get it up on the screen for us.
This is not a picture of Fax Girl. This is a picture of Fax Girl's posterior, as it was screenshotted on the live cam that Alabama used to put on their fax machine, and people would watch it.
Yeah.
At first, they watched it to see who the faxes were of the official national letter of commitment. And then they started watching it because Fax Girl would lean over there in her very tight, very short houndstooth skirt and rip the fax off of the fax machine. So,
Barry, you're a historian. Any idea what year Geno Smith, Dalvin Tomlinson, Kenyon Drake, Dakota Ball were being signed? Because I
do know we've interviewed Kenyon Drake before.
Yeah, that's the year. But Eddie Williams, he's on the list.
I forgot about him. Good.
Yeah. That seems many, many moons
it
ago.
Does go.
Of course, unfortunately, we got a shot of the Fax Girl's face one day. Woo! Wow!
Yeah.
Ouch, honey. But fax machines. Do people even have those anymore? Do people send faxes?
You see them every once in a while at yard sales. You see them every once in a while at thrift stores.
Yep.
You don't even see regular phones anymore. But my point is that, it used to be, oh my gosh, who are we signing? Who are we signing? We got to get this guy. We got this guy because of two things. Number one, that was your way to get talent. I mean, you might get a transfer or two. There might be a Chris Todd, or there might be a Chris Donnelly transfer in from Vanderbilt, stuff like that. But that was the way you got guys, was National Signing Day. There are other ways to get guys now. There's the transfer portal. Yeah. Well, that's how you get these guys. You look at that 5-star for Alabama, to use one of John's favorite euphemisms. You think they're getting that guy for free? And that's just the way it is. Same thing with transfer portal guys. The people who have the golden rule, the people who have the gold make the rules on that. So, I mean, it's important. Don't think it's not important, and it's exciting for a lot of these guys. But it's not what it used to be, John. And boy, you and I could tell people stories from years gone by.
Ooh, yeah,
people, old men who have lived many years and raised children and built businesses and had grandchildren and, established IRAs and stuff, used to absolutely go nuts.
They did.
For National Signing Day. John had buddies that would take the day off.
Oh, yeah.
And their bosses understood. Yeah, take whatever time you need.
It was amazing. And I'd catch a lot of crud, man. Recruiting, it's overrated. What's the big deal? I mean, let's go back. Let's look 2-3 years ahead and, and see what's going on. Can we get Forrest Davis's magazine from 3 years ago, go back and look, and how many of these guys did actually pan out? Oh, don't want to talk that way. Don't want to hear that. So, we know today this class is by far the absolute best ever put together, and they're going to win the Natty. Bring it up 3 years later, whatever happened to this guy? Whatever happened to that guy? Ooh, that guy was a flame out. Didn't want to hear that.
Yeah, or this guy these days, man, this guy transferred after 1 year. This guy transferred after 2 years. Alabama, which has been all that for a long time, they have lost, I think it was 3 years ago, just about everybody, but maybe like 3 people from their signing class. And same thing at Auburn. We got this guy and we loved having this guy, but man, when we got that transfer in, this other guy, his days were numbered and he took off. And, you look at it and you almost don't recognize it. And plus, especially in a time period like we are now, John, here's the other factor, where coaches are going left and right, making $10 million and leaving their teams in the lurch with their season still going on in some places. These schools are in transition. Some of the players, are they going to sign not knowing who their coach is going to be or not having met their coach? For instance, at Auburn, everybody knows that the coach is now Alex Golesh, even though Philip Marshall, in one of his articles, called him Alex Gorsuch. I don't know. His name's Alex.
Some editing issues there, I've noticed.
Well, I'm just not sure he knows. But
yeah.
And some of these guys, but the kids, like right now, Auburn's got 2 signees, two high school or JUCO signees in right now. Again, Eastern time zone guys, Michael Lundy Foster and Wayne Henry. Those guys are signing out of faith more than anything else. I don't know if they're getting
South Florida guys that had committed to him that were originally, I'm coming to Tampa, and they flipped to Auburn.
I don't know, but there probably will be. There probably will be several guys like that. There'll be several guys in the transfer portal like that. But those guys are signing with faith. I mean, are they getting big NIL money? Probably not. They're getting some. Everybody gets some, but are they getting big NIL money? I don't know, but
I wouldn't think so. There again, I'll be the first to admit I don't follow recruiting extremely close. I know a lot of people do, but an offensive line commit, Mikael Lundy Foster, flips to Auburn. He's in a USF uniform and a recruiting picture. Don't know much about Mikael Lundy Foster that is flipped. And DJ Broughton. I don't know about DJ Broughton, who is flipping to Auburn as well. But hey, that's what development and nurturing and all that's about. And, it'll be a big day. We'll see throughout the day. I know people that really get into this will certainly let us know if we miss something. As I mentioned, heck, Alabama's already gotten their first 5-star to sign on the dotted line. This coming, Barry, on the big news that UT Chattanooga is going to be on Alabama's future football schedule. What about that? Wow.
You get ready for that. Get ready for that to happen all over the place. John and I talked about it briefly before we went on the air. Alabama has switched some things around on their upcoming schedule now that they're coming to the 9-game schedule. One of the things is, and especially now that we kind of get an idea of what the College Football Playoff Committee is looking at.
Yeah.
Alabama will replace or will move their 2026 football game scheduled for next year with
mutually agreed upon, Barry. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah. They have moved from the USF game, South Florida game, from 2026 to 2032.
Oh, boy. Wow.
And instead,
isn't that the year Boston College is on the schedule? Wait a minute. Don't be disrupting that now.
You are the future schedules aficionado. But Alabama will replace the USF game next year with Chattanooga and has added a game next year against East Carolina.
I thought it was Marshall. When is Marshall coming on the
Marshall's in
schedule?
2027.
Oh yeah. That's
Marshall's
the Ohio State series year.
Yeah.
I think you already know my thoughts about it. Now, I don't know why they switched South Florida. They claim it's mutual. Maybe South Florida feels like they're about to be in a rebuilding mode. I don't know. Who knows? I wasn't real thrilled about that 2-for-1 in the first place. Chattanooga, I mean, come on. Marshall,
that'll be before the Iron Bowl. They haven't.
Yeah, they've never played.
Yep. So
do
next
they have
year,
the dates though, Barry, so I can go ahead and plan ahead to not be there?
They do not have the Chattanooga date, but I think we all know when that will be played. That'll be played right before the Iron Bowl. East Carolina next year, September the 5th.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know if that's a season opener. I think it is. And then the September 19th, that's Florida State. And then Chattanooga. So Alabama, this is, again, you're going to have a 3-game non-conference schedule going forward in the SEC. That is those 3 games.
What did you say the opening game was?
East Carolina. I think it's the opening game. It's September the 5th.
I mean, what a downer. Well, all summer long, hey, woo, the Pirates are coming to town. Let's head to Tuscaloosa. Forget it.
No?
90 degrees, humidity, hot. Big boy won't sit down the whole game. He's sweating.
Yeah. Hey, can you pull your pants up just a little bit in the back? Because I'm getting a lot of butt crack.
Those things are coming. Marshall's kind of unique, I guess, because they've never played each other. But I saw that and I went, don't waste my time. Don't waste my time. The college football playoff rankings were announced last night. There was some movement. If you did not notice, I think this is interesting. A couple of things. The number 11 and 12 seed are known as the conference champion. Number 4 and 5. They don't put the names up there.
No.
Thought that was interesting.
That's because they don't know who the conference champion's going to be. I'm personally don't think it'll be James Madison. So, I just
more on that Friday.
More on that coming up. But right now, Ohio.
Let me ask you that. You don't think James Madison gets in if they win?
I don't think they win. That's what I'm saying.
Well, okay. Well,
that's all I'm saying.
For funsies. If they happen to eke one out, late field goal, 21-20 kind of game.
I don't. I think it'll be the winner of North Texas and Tulane.
Yeah.
That will get in. The other one, of course, the crazy one is the ACC, which right now, if you look at the bracket, if it stands right now, the ACC doesn't have a team. Well, they do have here's the way it looks. The bracket, number 1, Ohio State, number 2, Indiana, number 3, Georgia, number 4, Texas Tech.
Yeah.
All get buys to the quarterfinals. Number 5, Oregon. Number 6, Ole Miss. Number 7, Texas A&M. Number 8, Oklahoma. Number 9, Alabama. Alabama is the 4th highest rated SEC team. And they're playing in the SEC championship game. A&M, Ole Miss, and Oklahoma are not.
Wait a minute. They're the regular season champs. So this conference said.
Yeah, but they're number 9. Alabama would play Oklahoma.
Okay.
in Norman
Okay.
in the first game. That's a rematch.
But, I mean, is this a pipe dream? Number 9 and number 10 facing off? I mean, how do we finagle that? I got to think the TV execs are foaming at the mouth. Man, we got to get those teams together. What's it going to take?
Then after that, Alabama is the lowest ranked SEC team that would make the field.
Okay.
What if they lose?
Well, what if they win?
Yeah, they'll move up. There's no question.
Yeah.
There's no question. You
Let
know,
me ask you
Oklahoma.
this. If they win, do they bump Texas Tech out?
No. Not if Texas Tech wins the, Big 12 championship. No. I don't see a way where Alabama can be.
Well, how about the loser of the Big Ten game?
Yeah, Ohio State and Indiana. The loser bumps out. Does Alabama have enough juice to
did they
win
jump
over
from
Georgia
9 to 4?
again? I mean, a win over Oklahoma. I mean, a win over Georgia to jump from 9 to 4.
And if they lose, will they be in the 10th spot? Where Notre Dame is?
Yes. Yeah.
How do you think Texas feels when they look at this bracket? Whoa. Hold on. Texas Tech, Texas A&M. Somebody's missing here. How come we're not invited to this party? I bet that isn't going over well.
Well, here's the other thing right now, and we're going to talk about this later on. Vanderbilt gets kind of hosed.
Yep.
And get this. The committee chair, Hunter Yurachek at Arkansas, says, well, and then Vanderbilt's rated behind Texas, even though Texas beat them. He says, when you look at Vanderbilt's schedule, now that Tennessee is no longer ranked, they just don't have a signature win. Hunter, Tennessee is no longer ranked because Vanderbilt beat them.
Hey, I like that little jab there.
You got them coming and going. If Vanderbilt loses to Tennessee, well, they're out of the playoff because of this. Vanderbilt beats Tennessee, knocks Tennessee out of the top 25. Since they beat Tennessee, it's no longer a signature win.
I hear you working.
Come on.
They didn't beat anybody. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Love it. That is great. Giving the Vols a slap across the face. I'm sure CJ Duncan will have some comments on that. He'll join us at the bottom of the hour. Deotis, I hate to break the news to you.
It's bad.
Josh is not well today. He's not feeling well, a little under the weather.
Yeah.
Ask if we could reschedule. I don't know if he's got diphtheria or whatever it is, but he isn't feeling well. So let you know.
I think that my best friend's sister's girlfriend knows some guy who saw Josh pass out at 31 Flavors.
Yeah, it's serious.
It's pretty serious.
Yeah.
Well, CJ Duncan coming up, lots more. It's the live show Wednesday, Longshore and McKnight, in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Located just 8 miles north of Alabama's state capital, Capitol Hill features 3 18-hole championship courses. With more than 1,500 acres of golf and nature, the pure magnitude of this facility is amazing and allows each course to be drastically different from the others. Capitol Hill also features an innovative 360-degree driving range, 400 yards in diameter. Capitol Hill offers a fully stocked pro shop with the latest equipment and apparel. Great food and beverages in the clubhouse can be enjoyed both before and after your round. Get your group together and hit the trail. Go to rtjgolf.com/Capitol Hill for tee times and more information.
The dreams that matter most happen while we're awake, because they're the ones that remind us of the places we want to go, of the ideas we plan to pursue, of the legacies we hope to leave. We understand you have goals to meet, and we want to help you reach them, to fuel your vision and invest in whatever motivates you. So we want to know, what inspires you? Synovus Bank, member FDIC.
Phoenix Physical Therapy is ready to help patients recover, recharge, and rise. They develop a customized therapy plan for each patient to get them back to enjoying their favorite activities. Their experienced team is committed to providing exceptional care in a professional environment. Whether you're looking to prevent or treat an injury, recover from a recent illness, or recuperate from surgery, schedule an appointment with our clinic and take advantage of our physical therapy, athletic training, workers' comp, and employer solutions service. Experience elevated physical therapy today. Call Phoenix Physical Therapy at 239-9316. That's 239-9316.
Okay, about 20 minutes past the hour on this Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. You can check us out at yellowhammernews.com, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, Spotify, Apple Tunes, wherever you receive your content. We are there for you. We greatly appreciate it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends about Longshore and McKnight.
Well, Kevin asks this real question because it's addressed specifically to you.
Okay.
Hey, John. Oh, heck, John. Dadgummit, John. Heck, John, they dropped Bama 5 spots with a loss. I'm sorry, 6 spots with a loss. Why not move up 5 spots with a win over Georgia?
Yeah.
In a championship game.
I get it. Now,
the thing is, they don't do it in a vacuum. I mean, it depends on what everybody else does.
Sure.
As well, but
does it really?
that's solid.
Huh. I could see that committee. Bama's a winner against Georgia in the championship game. That would be a nice matchup, and the ratings would really be good. Did they not think like that, or is it just me?
No, they don't think about it as much as you do. I don't know if anybody thinks about it as much as you do, but Bama fans, if that's possible, I mean, it won't happen this way, but as of right now, it won't last, but as of right now, your next 2 games are projected to be against teams you've already played. Georgia and then Oklahoma next week, but it won't be Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Alabama's either going to win or lose. That bother you? That's just, that's the way it is. That's, the price you pay for getting into a bigger championship, That's like, lowering your standards in your HOA in your gated community. And here comes somebody in there, that's new money.
Yeah.
I mean, they just hit it in crypto or something like that. And here they are in ours. And now all of a sudden, there they go out in the front yard, a big abominable snowman blow up with a Santa hat on, and it's got track lighting on it and everything. And you're thinking, well, I guess that's the price you pay for, getting some more money into our neighborhood.
Yeah. You got to be careful who you let in the gated communities.
It's the same thing, Bama fans, do you mind that right now your next 2 projected games are against teams you've already played?
Well, I think Bama fans just pleased they're in the playoff at the moment, or they certainly feel like they're in the playoff. Certainly their name's in the bracket, so I think they feel good about that. I just don't think when you look, for all, what do they say, something in giggles, it would be, I think, exciting if Alabama and Notre Dame were matched up. Particularly if the game was in Tuscaloosa, I think Bama fans would be really excited about that. Going to Norman, I'd like to get a little revenge, see if we could play Oklahoma and not turn it over 3 times. I'm sure they think that the Bama fans might think about that, but not their first choice. But, beggars can't be choosers. I think you just got to let the chips fall where they will and go play wherever you're, slotted to play. I just like to dream a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
But I do think it's interesting, a win or a loss, how that's going to affect Alabama.
Yes. Will a win over Georgia, to Kevin's point, move Alabama up as much as a loss at home to Oklahoma, another playoff team, drop them down? That's up.
I'm impressed. I guess a little bit. The committee, I guess, was impressed a little bit, or maybe not as impressed with Notre Dame, that they moved Alabama up. I mean, did you really get the sense that Alabama had a dominating win Saturday night? I mean, I'm looking at some numbers yesterday that actually completely went over my head. I didn't think to look. But Auburn actually had more offensive yardage, like 130 more yards than Alabama did in that game. There again, it was like a flip-flop of the Oklahoma game. The 2 turnovers by Auburn really was the difference in the game.
Killed them dead, yes. Doesn't matter. Scoreboard matters. John knows that.
Yeah.
It's like, we'll give you a half a point if you get more first downs than them. We'll put that on the scoreboard. Until they do stuff like that, those things don't matter. The things that John always talks about, time of possession, turnovers, stuff like that, those actually impact the game and give it a little bit more context. News from Auburn, pretty good, though.
Is it?
Yes, Philip Marshall, he had written this yesterday in the same article where he calls the new head coach Alex Gorsuch.
Yeah.
2 times. About DJ Durkin. And don't interrupt me here because
please.
You've heard this before.
Mm-hmm.
Durkin's family loves Auburn.
Oh yeah.
Durkin loves Auburn. DJ Durkin, according to people close to him, believed all the way up to Sunday morning that he was going to be Auburn's next head football coach. When it didn't happen, he was extremely disappointed. So what does that mean? We don't know. That's one of my favorite Philippisms.
Sure. Yeah.
Let me ask myself a question. I don't know.
Don't know.
But as it turns out, DJ Durkin will stay at Auburn. He will be Auburn's defensive coordinator.
You know what I read into that?
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, is it? Here's the way I read it.
I knew it.
Yeah. Hey, Alex, come sit over here next to me. Let me tell you what's really going on.
Yeah. That's
Here's how the game is played.
You need people who are familiar with the ins and outs. Hey, look, over in the compliance office, look, we need to get this kid right, okay? We need to get in the academics. We need to get this kid right. We need to make sure he's good to go, if you know what I mean. Don't talk to that old academic counselor over there. That old guy, don't talk to him. That young girl over there, she's in her 2nd year.
Yeah.
Big smile, loves football. See if we can get, you got to have somebody who will say that. In that compliance office, that old fuddy-duddy over there, man, stay away from him. Go to that young fire breather over there who went to school here, No,
that's probably that's probably not what I would have said, because there's GAs and support staff that handle all that kind of business.
Yeah, but
when
for
it
the
comes
important
to
ones,
who's going to be on your staff and what kind of offense you're going to run and who's going to call the plays, they're going to tell you who that's going to be. Kind of like who your defensive coordinator is going to be. Now, there again, I don't know how many people were knocking on DJ Durkin's door or his cell phone was ringing off the hook and people were just dying to get him on their staff. Don't know.
Maybe a lot.
If I had to guess, I'm saying not many, if any at all. So
after all, he is at Auburn.
I'd love Auburn too. So would my family if I'm making that kind of money and nobody else is knocking on my door. So I think I'd love Auburn as well.
God,
but
John.
To think that,
God,
hey, we've heard
where
DJ
would Auburn
Durkin.
be without John?
Or John Cohen on line 2. Hey, Alex, you heard DJ Durkin yet? Let's go. Let's get the ball rolling. And you wonder why John Summerall's in Gainesville. Huh.
The from Bill from Baltimore. Bill from Baltimore says, I can see DJ staying not being a bad thing, since I don't think he was necessarily the problem, but I wonder if a clean start would have been better. I do think this. Philip said this, so it has to be absolutely obvious to everybody. Xavier Atkins, the linebacker, says he's going to stay.
Oh, wow. Good for him.
A couple of other guys. Cam Coleman, everybody says he's going to stay.
Oh, good.
You got to have some familiar guys out there. If you lose your defensive coordinator, you have a chance of losing some guys out there. Also, now this.
Hey, Bill from Baltimore, I see you working.
Bill from Baltimore says, but will DJ be there 2 years hence? First of all, Plainsman Preston, people don't use the word hints enough.
That is
it's
an
like
interesting
it's
term.
like ilk
Yeah.
or what say you or
Uh-huh.
methinks that
Yeah.
people use. Will DJ be there 2 years hence? Wayne Hall stayed with Bowden, but was gone shortly thereafter. To which I say, Plainsman Preston, in the great grand scheme of things, will any of us be here 2 years hence?
Oh, that's a lot.
Well, 2 years from now, this could be a thing. Auburn could play for a national championship.
Hey, stranger things have happened.
Same thing happened with Gene Chizik.
That happened. I don't see number 2 walking through the door anytime soon.
In
Bill
2
from
years,
Baltimore
we may be a frozen snowball here on Earth.
Bill from
He's
Baltimore
here.
going
It's now.
Old school. I mean, going way back in the Auburn history books. I did always wonder how Joe Witt lasted for so long. Wow, Bill, that's an old school there, my man.
See, we get anytime there's coaching changes, we'll hear this. We got a Wayne Hall reference. We got a Ken Donahue reference.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Knew we were going to get a Joe Witt reference out there. So let's get all those out of there.
Man, Bill from Baltimore, he remembers the day. So, hey, good for that. DJ Durkin hanging around, awesome. Couple of South Florida commits have flipped to Auburn. Do you still have to hit the load more button at 247, or are they in the top 50 yet?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This is just high school recruits.
High school kids,
Who knows how much longer they're going to stay, even if they sign with the most successful programs. Don't pay attention to that. When we come back on the program, CJ Duncan.
Yeah, he's in the green room.
A happy man. We'll talk with him in just a moment. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Extra, extra. The referral perks just doubled at Dixie. Now through November 30th, get $50 for you and $50 off for your friend when you refer them to Dixie. That's a $100 value. Current Dixie customers get 10% off any repair just for being loyal. Dixie Cares Plan members get an unbeatable 20% off. Plus, you can finance anything over $250. Double the rewards, double the savings.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
All guests of Longshore McKnight appear on the City of Montgomery guest hotline. Check out the most interesting and informed personalities in sports covering Auburn, Alabama, Troy, ASU, and all the major teams from across the country. John and Barry have the best guests brought to you by the City of Montgomery. To find out everything you need to know that is going on in the capital city, check out montgomeryal.gov. That's montgomeryal.gov, the capital of dreams.
Okay, about 27 minutes to the top of the hour, and our man CJ Duncan, Yellowhammer News, joining us as he does each and every Wednesday. CJ, good to have you on this morning. Hope you're doing well.
Good morning, guys. How are y'all doing?
Doing really well. Thank you for joining us. I knew there'd be a smile on his face, John. I knew there'd be a smile. Vanderbilt a winner over Tennessee over the weekend. How'd that feel, CJ?
It felt great, man. You know what? Even the score was eerily similar to back in 2017 when I was there myself. But it was really good to see us cap off a special season. There's been years past where we've started off hot, but then we've kind of headed in the wrong direction at the halfway point or the 75% point of the season. But to see that the guys kept fighting, there's a lot of pride on that team, a lot of heart. And you could tell, Tennessee was clearly just outmatched in that game.
And I just like how I don't want to say poured it on, but I mean, and Vanderbilt's one speed. I get it. You got to stop them. But I mean, just the way that they were scoring in the second half, CJ, I got to tell you, I found that entertaining myself.
Well, you know what? You got to send a message. we lit 365 with those guys. We're
Yeah.
surrounded by orange constantly, and so you get told you're the little brother too much until they say the rabbit's got the gun, or it's just time for the little brother to outgrow the big brother kind of thing. And so that was our opportunity to set the tone, to send a message, and hopefully the number one quarterback in the country can keep that thing rolling next
Hey,
year.
how about that?
Yeah, how about that? Jared Curtis, he was the number 2 ranked overall player, the number 1 quarterback, flipped from Georgia. National Signing Day today. That's a huge statement. He may be a great player, he may be not, but just on the surface of that, just a statement for the
Well,
state
and
of
all the
Vanderbilt.
guys that have Well, and all the guys that have followed someone like that too, there's guys
Yep.
that will say, "Hey, I want to play with him. I've seen him enough at camps or his high school highlight tape. Seen enough. I want to play with that guy. That guy's going to help me get to where I want to be in my life and my goals." And so, it's a big moment for our program. We've never had a guy ranked that high, but it's a testament to what Clark is doing. I think we are also a very stable organization right now, which you don't see a lot anymore. With Clark having a 6-year extension, coming off of 2 really successful winning seasons, and then just being in Nashville, the kid gets to stay home around his family. So that's also very helpful. So we're excited to have him. And, if Jared Curtis is listening, hey, brother, welcome to the family. And let's go Doors, man.
Now, there's also some things that kind of vex me still. Last night in the college football playoff press conference, Vanderbilt they're rated behind other 10-2 SEC teams, several of them, and all the ones. They're also rated behind Texas. I get Texas beat them, but Vanderbilt's got a better overall record. Hunter Yurachek, the chairman of the College Football Playoff Committee, says this, CJ, about Vanderbilt. He says, quote, "When you look at their schedule, now that Tennessee is no longer ranked, they just don't have a signature win." And I'm thinking they're no longer ranked because Vanderbilt beat them. You've got them cut. If they didn't beat them, Vanderbilt would be out. But now that they did beat them, well, Tennessee's out, so that's not as big of a win for them anymore. It's like they're looking for a reason,
Barry, they never wanted us in. They never wanted us in. I realized a few weeks back when we dropped 2 spots during our bye week. We didn't even play, and we dropped 2 spots. I knew there was something up. Something was fishy. But there's still this. We're still stigmatized away just for being that smart school, that school that doesn't really take football seriously, the one that doesn't have fans to show up, the ones that don't have money, this, that, and the other. But if you pull up to our stadium, it's the exact opposite of that, right? And there's a really physical, tough football team that plays every Saturday in Nashville. I'm not talking about the Titans. Okay, the Vanderbilt Commodores are a legit team with a legit coach, and with a fan base that shows up. We've spent several $1 million on this roster, and it paid off. But they never wanted to see us in there. And maybe the idea is not having 6 SEC teams in either. If you add us, so that's number 6. That takes up half the playoff. So.
But
that may
the
be
best
part
teams,
of
the
thinking.
most attractive teams, the best matchups, and I'm kind of looking at it from a fan standpoint, and I guess maybe from a television executive standpoint as well. I've never been one, but I think I know what they want. They want the best ratings that they can possibly get. You put Diego Pavia out there in a playoff game with Vanderbilt, I think the nation wants to see that.
You know what? There's 12 to 13 teams ahead of, I guess 13 teams ahead of us. Maybe 2 of those teams, I would like the other team in a neutral site game. But the rest of those guys, neutral site, I mean, from Indiana to Oregon to Miami, any of those teams, neutral site, and especially the BYUs of the world, and neutral site game. I love our chances. I really do. And bring Texas Tech as well. We play them too. If they ever wanted an opportunity to see what it's all about, we'll line it up for sure.
Along those same lines, Vanderbilt is certainly fun to watch. Pavia may be the most polarizing player in college football. To me, he's he's Baker Mayfield,
Yes.
he should be more highly ranked in the Heisman ratings than
Yes.
he is.
I agree. I think Baker Mayfield, you hit it on the head. That's, he hangs out with Johnny Manziel, but he's definitely more Baker than he is Johnny, as far as his play is concerned. And you're right. You either hate him or you love him, but we love him because he's on our team, But truly, that engine does not run without Diego at the quarterback position at the helm. He has really changed the program that didn't really have a future, didn't couldn't really see the light through the tunnel, and he came in and made it his own. People got to remember, we were not running this kind of offense 2 years.
Mm-mm.
Uh-oh, we lost him, man. I
Four
hate
or
it.
five people get sent to New
Yep.
York for the Heisman.
Yep.
They invite them. They have 2 or 3 days up there, and it's fun. Who else are they going to invite besides Julian Sayin and the kid from the quarterback from Indiana? The running back at Notre Dame?
The running back at Notre Dame is the one I'm thinking of. And Pavia. I mean, that's what I would do. The people are going a little crazy on the linebacker from Texas Tech, Rodriguez. Good player, great story, all that, but don't bring him up there if he's not got a prayer to win it, and he doesn't have a prayer to win
I
it.
don't
CJ,
think so either.
We lost you. We're talking about who in the world would you invite? Julian Sayin from Ohio State to New York for the Heisman, Mendoza from Indiana. I really like Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame, the running back. And Pavia, that's representative right there. I mean, that is a strong 4 up there in the Downtown Athletic Club.
No, I think so. I think that's the 4 that you take. And, if you really look at Heisman's past, right, there was a huge argument when Jaden Daniels was coming, when it was his time to get the Heisman. Leading up to it, a lot of people said, oh, he may not deserve the Heisman. He had 3 losses or something like that season. But Jaden Daniels almost had 5,000 yards of all-purpose yards and 40-plus touchdowns. If you look at Mendoza's stats right now, he just crossed over the 2,000-yard threshold in the last game of the season. He hasn't had a Heisman season. He's the best quarterback on the best team, maybe, but he's not Heisman, though. He's not attracting eyes. He's not dynamic in that way of what we think the Heisman is. This would be the most probably bland Heisman if he or Julian Sayin won the Heisman this year. If you want to continue the tradition of that exciting player, the guy that takes over the game, that captures people's hearts, then Diego's the guy. I could understand the Love kid from Notre Dame. He may be the best overall player in the nation right now, but we've seen it's really a quarterback award unless you have 100 snaps a game.
Yeah. CJ, Alabama's won 10 of the last 11 meetings against Georgia. They're playing for the SEC title Saturday in Atlanta. The odds makers think it's close. Georgia about a 2.5 point favorite here. What do you say?
I hate rematches during the season. I really do. They usually don't turn out well for the team who won first. But Alabama's not really trending in the right direction either. I think there's, even the Auburn game, they tried to give it away. If Auburn was just somewhat just capable, they should have won that game. But I don't like where where Alabama is headed, the trajectory right now, and Georgia's heading in their other direction. They're a tough team, they're a fast team, and they're the team that lost during the year. So I could definitely see Georgia pulling this one off this weekend.
Where do you stand on a new coach at a place like Auburn, Alec Golesh? What do you think are the most important things to do in a new job at an SEC school immediately? What are the first things?
Well, in this generation, the first thing he probably did was start figuring out, who's my recruiting coordinator, who are the guys that are going to be on the road for me immediately, especially with this December portal and signing day happening all at once. You kind of need to know your core guys. And then personally, at Vanderbilt, it may be a little different at Auburn, but I would go meet with the chancellor. The chancellor is the guy that's helping you get guys in, because not everybody's going to meet requirements, but you still got to build a football program. And so I'd go meet with the chancellor, and then go meet with the AD and the boosters and things like that to see the direction that they really want to take this program, and also say, hey, listen, you got to let this program be mine too. You get too involved, then I can't make it my own, and then you want me to take responsibility for that. That it can't work that way. We've got to have a good working relationship.
Yeah, that is key, no doubt. Well, CJ, we know you're busy. You're dressed up today. You look great. You must be somewhere where it's cold.
Yes, Washington, D.C. It is very cold.
Bless your heart. I'm fixing to be up there in a little while, in a couple of days, and I hate cold weather, CJ, for sure.
Well, get your mind right, Barry. It is definitely that.
All right. Appreciate you, CJ. Thank you very much.
We appreciate you
have a
hopping
good
on
one
with us.
Take
you
care.
too, buddy,
Of
from the
course.
nation's capital. That is CJ Duncan joining us here today. I could tell it's cold here, Barry. Gee whiz. Like yesterday, the wind's blowing. I mean, what the heck's going on around here? I know it's got to be a little chillier in the nation's capital there. Great stuff from CJ Duncan. And he touched on some things that I kind of want to get on as well. Is Alabama trending down? I think that was a very interesting comment he made. I talked about the numbers, the stats. You're right. I'm not a stats guy. I didn't even pay attention to him until I read an article about the stat sheet in the Iron Bowl. I'm thinking, whoa, Auburn had that many more offensive yards than Alabama did? Really? Didn't seem that way. And I know there were a couple of big plays by the Tigers in that game, but turnovers will kill you, time of possession, things of that nature. But is Alabama trending down?
Did he not? I guess, and I'm not second-guessing CJ. Love that guy. But is he not factoring in how good they looked against Eastern Illinois?
Well,
I mean, does that not?
Good point.
I don't know that they're trending down. I don't think they're trending up.
Well,
I don't think you can say that they're playing there. I think they played better. They didn't play very good football in the beginning, and that's the one that is, the albatross around their neck. They're not playing great football at the end. Their best football has already been played so far, and that's not a good thing.
I totally agree. Georgia, Vandy, Missouri, and Tennessee, that 4-game stretch, you heard it all month. Oh, Bama beat 4 ranked teams in the top 15 in 4 straight weeks. Great. They get out of Columbia, South Carolina, dodge a bullet there. The LSU game might have been one of the more boring games I've ever sat through.
Yeah.
It wasn't there's no fireworks there. Oklahoma, the stat sheet says Bama should have won by 3 touchdowns, but they turned it over 3 times. I couldn't even tell you one play in the Eastern Illinois game. I'll take your word for it. And it's not like they, looked overly dominant against Auburn. I do think they're trending down. And I said that before the Oklahoma game, and I picked the Sooners to beat Alabama. It is amazing to me that Alabama's is less than a field goal underdog to a Georgia team that is trending up. In my mind.
Are trending up.
I think Georgia's playing really well. What does Vegas know? What do they know?
Here's my opinion on we're talking about Alabama, and are they trending up? Are they trending down? I don't necessarily think they're down, but they certainly aren't trending upward. What about Oklahoma? How's Notre Dame ahead of Miami, or all of that? My main opinion on that is that it don't matter. We are all basically jawing and breaking it down ultimately to see who finishes second to Ohio State. This whole thing is a great big conversation about who's going to lose to Ohio State in the championship game, because they've been number 1 all season long, and John, they're getting better. You talk about a team that's trending upward. That Michigan game was not close.
And I've said it before. Alabama is not a national championship caliber team. No. I mean, it's fun that they make the playoff. It's great. It's exciting. The fans, are engaged a little bit longer, but they're not going to win the national title. If they win 2 playoff games, I think it'll be a miracle.
And it all doesn't matter anyway because, watch Ohio State. And I'm a big Indiana fan. My sister, my brother-in-law, and right now my mom, she's visiting up there in Indiana. They're in Bloomington.
Hey, she's cold too. Wow,
yeah,
man.
She's native Floridian. She don't like it. But
now leave it to Tobias to bring some reason to the program and tell us what's so bad about Georgia. And I get it. I mean,
a win is a win. Your precious Georgia struggled to beat an Auburn team who had Jackson Arnold.
Touche. Wow.
As the quarterback.
I can't argue with that, Tobias.
Yeah, but they did win. That is a win.
They did win.
An ugly win is better than a gorgeous loss.
And they struggled
all day long.
They struggled against Georgia Tech. I mean, Tech took the Dogs to the final whistle last year in Athens.
So what we're talking about basically is not, hey, they shouldn't have won that game. That wasn't really a win. That, that shouldn't really, do you really count that as a win? No, we're not talking about that. We're projecting forward. What does it look like going ahead? What about Alabama? Why are they that close of an underdog to Georgia? What'll happen then if Alabama plays this? Who's looking good? The past is the past. Regular season is over. Now we know the lay of the land, and now we're just trying to project a little bit.
Yeah, and let's project this. I've given you my thoughts. I'd be interesting what the Bama Nation thinks when they start doing a little daydreaming and thinking about all those great teams from the past, and then they get shaken back into reality and look at current day, and they go, okay, let's look at this bracket. Who would we rather play? If this is, do you want to go to Norman and play Oklahoma? Do you want a shot at Ole Miss at Notre Dame? Do you want to play Ole Miss? I wonder what Bama Nation, who they want to play.
Let's see what Bama Nation is thinking.
Oh, you're on Tider Insider?
Do you know who was out against Clemson tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. If Texas Tech loses, they will drop out. If Tech doesn't drop out, they're talking about seeding. Basically, they're talking about basketball. Heck, Alabama at home tonight against Clemson.
How about that?
6:15 ESPNU. It's a basketball school.
When have you ever read Tider Insider on December the 3rd, and they're talking about hoops?
National Signing Day, and they're saying, man, I hear Latrell Wrightsel's out against Clemson.
Hey, Barry, I will say this, though. I'm going to make this bold prediction because I know this happened back in the day. But just because it's National Signing Day, I'm going to go out on a limb here. But halftime at Coleman Coliseum, they'll be talking about football signing day.
Always have. It's tradition.
But tonight they definitely will. Usually what would happen, because back in the day when signing day was on the first Wednesday in February, all those January games, the Tuesday, Wednesday night games, Saturday afternoon, you know why those guys went to the game? So they could all come to one place, congregate, and talk about football recruiting.
Man, we got this tight end from Double Springs. I know he ain't all that big, but he's tough. Yeah. They're talking about recruiting when Auburn plays at home against North Carolina State tonight, which somebody texted me and said North Carolina State is the Auburn of the ACC. Don't know what that means. No idea.
I thought that was Mississippi State's in the conference. Yeah.
But, Auburn already National Signing Day this morning. We are getting into, the Central Time Zone when they can sign. Michael Lundy Foster, Wayne Henry, Jaquez Wilkes. Jaquez Wilkes is out of Wadley, Alabama, which is just up the road. On auburntigers.com, they're showing pictures as these guys sign of them wearing an Auburn football jersey with their name. Jaquez Wilkes has on a pair of teeny white sunglasses.
Ooh.
On his picture. You don't know what his eyes look like and everything. He's wearing sunglasses with and they're tiny little white ones. They look like, little Devo sunglasses or whatever. And DJ Broughton, a tight end out of Mary Montgomery down in Mobile. That's
Wow.
That's
Have they moved ahead of Troy yet in the rankings? You know, I sent you something yesterday, Barry. Troy ahead of Auburn in the recruiting rankings. Go Trojans.
Troy is killing it right now. They're getting a lot of high school guys, but they're getting a lot of junior college guys. Troy will get a lot of JUCOs during this signing period. Let me do a real quick right now. So that's 12. Troy is already signed.
Boom.
13 people.
Man, already.
13.
Man, they're busy down there in Pike County this morning.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
They have done a really good job.
I got to admit, Barry, I didn't look this up. Somebody sent me that yesterday. Hey, look at this. Troy's ahead of Auburn in the recruiting rankings.
Yeah, they've done well. Alabama has signed quarterback Jet Tomala.
Oh,
I think that's how Rodney pronounces it.
Jet?
Kamarian Johnson, Zion Gibson.
Didn't Paul McCartney have a song named Jet?
Woo! Much later.
I can see them playing that.
The running back E.J. Crowell, I think it's Jackson High School, which is playing for a state championship. Zay Hall, I wonder if he's any relation to DJ. Jared Doty, Corey Howard, Bear Fretwell. We talked about Bear Fretwell when he committed. He's an offensive lineman. That's a heck of a name. Chris Booker, Jaira Edwards, Riley Kelly, and Jordan Edmonds. So for Alabama, they've already signed. Heck, they've signed 12 themselves.
How many 5-stars on that list?
Oh, heck. This is from the official Alabama website. They don't pay attention to 5 stars there.
Yeah. You know, Barry, what I do miss, I don't know if Kalen DeBoer does this or not, but I got to be careful how I phrase this. Let me see here. There's a group of of fans that support Alabama athletics, particularly football. And let me see here. They would go to Tuscaloosa on signing day afternoon, early evening, and they'd go into the zone at Bryant-Denny Stadium, and the head coach at that time would have speak to them and answer their questions and talk about the class that they had just signed. I wonder if they still do that anymore. Boom. Didn't take long for the chat line to figure out who I was talking about.
You can take whatever conclusions you want to. If Chris the Bammer, if you're guessing, what is that? Rec with REC.
I don't know what he's talking about.
What in the world is REC stand for?
I have no idea. I used to get some great stories. People would start asking questions, and you could tell Saban was getting irritated. I don't think he actually wanted to ever do that type stuff.
No.
And these guys are up there, yucking it up and having some, hors d'oeuvres and finger food and cocktails. And, hey, Coach, what about that tight end you got from – you can just tell, it's enough. Let's wrap this up. Had enough.
Yeah. Well, he stinks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he was a legacy. We need the dues. He ain't going to say that. Boy, we really believe in him. We like his work ethic. This is what you hear sometimes whenever you talk about, especially in the NFL. The NFL does this. Post-game, Matthew Stafford or Josh Allen, Tracy Wolfson's interviewing him. What do you think about next week's big challenge that you've got against the Chiefs? What does that Chiefs defense present to you? First thing they'll always say is, well, they play hard.
Yeah.
Of course they play hard.
Sure they do.
You're supposed to play hard.
That's kind of like coaches say. That's kind of like coaches say, nobody will outwork us. Don't they all work hard?
They all work hard. I always like that. Alex Golesh said that, and I get it. I would rather just say we're going to work really, really hard. Because when you say nobody will outwork us, number one, you don't know. You don't know what they're doing over there. Number two, there ain't no way to measure it. How do you measure it? Well, we were at the office a total of 105 hours last week. Yeah, but what were you doing? Were you playing triangle paper football, or were you,
I mean, how many times back in our radio days when I walk back into our office and say, Barry, what is this guy doing up here at the hall? Every time I pass his office, I hear a bunch of buzzing and beeping. Is he playing a video game up there? What the heck?
and every once in a while John would sneak over there, and it would be it wouldn't be a child's game, I tell you that he's looking at. So I don't dislike it, but nobody's going to outwork us. Well, how do you know?
Yeah,
how do you know what they're doing at San Jose State?
Us.
Yeah.
Look,
how do you know what they're doing at West Texas?
In this day and age, it should be nobody's going to outspend us. Doesn't sound good. Really? Is that how it goes these days? Yeah. Nobody's going to outspend us.
Let's take a break. We're entering into our second live hour of the show. Lots of stuff. The college football playoff, championship games this week coming up. Tomorrow, I'm not going to miss a show, but tomorrow after the show, we are headed up to Harrisonburg, Virginia. National Signing Day. Auburn retains their defensive coordinator.
Wow.
Got a lot to get to. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Why Hands? At Hands Heating and Air, you get this area's highest ranked service provider with 24-hour repair service, no overtime charges, and their same-day service guarantee. Plus, instead of other companies' 30-day repair warranty, Hands gives you a 3-year repair warranty. Hands Heating and Air is here for you 24/7, 365. And service is not just something they do, it's their way of operating, for you in mind. All of Hands employees are trained to adhere to this standard. They work hard to ensure that this standard is maintained, and they are constantly looking for new ways to better serve you. Call Hands Heating and Air today at 508-5382. That's 508-5382, or find them on the web at 834hands.com.
Hey, where's the beer guy? Bud Light here? You get a Bud Light? Bud Light? I'm here, Bud Light. Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light where? Bud Light here? Oh, Bud Light there. I missed that because of you. You did not miss that play because of me. Have to stop talking this way? Yeah. It's actually kind of fun. Hey, I got you, Bud Light. Oh, nice. Never mind. Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. What'd I miss? I have no idea.
You can be a winner too with Victoryland Casino's 8 days of giveaways. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. We're giving away $125,000 in free play and cash. That's right. Victoryland Casino is giving away $125,000 in free play and cash. Come play the latest and greatest games featuring exciting bonuses and huge jackpots. There's always more ways to win at Victoryland Casino. Off I-85, exit 22, Shorter, Alabama. Must be 21 or older. Must be present to win.
Okay, hour number 2 is underway on this Wednesday. Just to let you know, and Theotis, Josh Harris under the weather today. I know the Moneyline Magician's one of your favorite guests. He'll join us maybe tomorrow or Friday. Hopefully he will be feeling better, but under the weather today. Certainly enjoyed C.J. Duncan in hour number 1. As you can imagine, very happy, excited. His Vanderbilt Commodores going to Knoxville. I got to tell you, man, I thoroughly enjoyed watching that game.
That's
it was awesome. I'm saying, pour it on, Pavia. Keep it coming.
Yeah, there's some misconceptions out there. I never, not only have I never liked Tennessee, I don't get Tennessee. I don't get why so many people love them, I mean, love them. Yeah. They wear that color orange with pride all over the place. Never been a Tennessee fan. No. But here's the other thing. For those people who were wondering about, we'll be back early Saturday morning. Troy plays on Friday. We'll be back, and I'm going to watch the SEC. Well, no, we've got basketball on Saturday, but I'm going to be paying attention to the SEC championship game. There's this misconception that I hate Alabama. I'm just not a Bama fan. I just, I don't love them. I do, their fans sometimes give me a pain. I get that. But make no mistake, because of upbringing, because of genetics, because of how and where and when I was born, I would root for just about everybody over Georgia. I have never rooted for Georgia I have never, ever rooted for Georgia in anything ever. Believe me, you don't have to worry about, I'm not going to be sitting and hanging on every play. I'll be working a basketball game at the time. But if anybody thinks that I'm pulling for Georgia to win that game, they don't know me.
You know, Barry, it's interesting that you bring that up.
Really?
I've noticed the wife has been a little quiet this week.
Oh, sorry for her. Sorry.
And I thought, is it something I did or said? What's going on? And then it hit me. Oh, wow. Yeah. Bama's playing Georgia Saturday. Georgia's lost, 10 of the last 11. She's not real thrilled about it. I wonder how, our man Mal, his wife is a Georgia grad as well. I wonder what's going on over at Mal's house on Saturday as they get ready for that game as well. But she's been a little quiet this week.
Here's also for some of the Bama fans out there who tend to dog their own people. And I can't think of a better word. The dog is not a verb. I know that. But, John takes a certain savoir-faire, a certain zest in dogging the Aubs. That dog is a good verb. John has used Aub as a verb before.
Yeah.
They're obbing it up. Dogging the Aubs, dogging George. Critical of Bama fans because sometimes Bama fans are critical of their own people, I think, too much. And some of the real whipping boys. Kane Womack, the defensive coordinator. Many of you guys think he's not good. He has just been named as a Broyles Award finalist for the nation's top assistant coach. I like Kane Womack a lot. Super friendly guy. We've interviewed him before, back when he was at South Alabama. You guys think that he doesn't know how to, pour out of a boot with directions on the heel. But he's a Broyles semifinalist. Just want to point that out. Bill O'Brien. Okay, he's at Boston College. All right, he was 2-10 this year, but he just got signed. They just told him he's going to be back. They like him at Boston College, evidently. And number 3, Cal is working to finalize a deal to make the defensive coordinator at the University of Oregon its next head football coach, Tosh Lupoy.
Oh, I remember that guy. You
guys didn't like Tosh Lupoy a bit because you thought he was only a recruiter, didn't really know how to coach. I remember of all that.
Yeah. Yep.
There's some of those guys that you guys have just Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl MVP. And you guys blamed him for not going down to Auburn and winning in that 25-14 Auburn win. I think sometimes you guys are a little too critical of your own.
Well, that sets up a nice segue for this. Does Nick Saban need to keep his mouth shut? Alabama's paying him $500,000 a year to be a consultant. Why is he consulting with Lane Kiffin on where he thinks he ought to go be the next head football coach? Or what about maybe Mel Tucker at Michigan State or Charlie Huff at Marshall? Is that his responsibility? He's supposed to be working for Alabama, not LSU.
But not exclusively. I mean, he's working for his friends. To be honest, that's a fair point. I'm not discounting it. But what in the world? What is up with him and Lane Kiffin? Because, Kiffin asked him his advice on what he should do. He asked Pete Carroll on what he should do and all that. Saban fired him, right? In the college in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Right before the national championship, Saban cut him loose. And now he's recommending him for the LSU job or recommending him for this or that. What in the world? I'm off the Lane Kiffin train. I wouldn't trust that guy further than I could reach out and touch him.
I've heard other people, Barry, talk about this Saban situation. Kiffin mentioned, hey, I talked to Nick Saban about it, and he mentioned some other people Pete Carroll, he talked to him as well. Saban works for Alabama. He doesn't work for LSU. He doesn't work for any other school. He seems to always pick Alabama on the game day panel, which I guess he should. He's an employee of Alabama, whether he thinks they're going to win or not. But he's not a consultant for former coaches that were on his staff. He's a consultant for Alabama, supposedly, allegedly.
Story.
So when LSU plays Alabama next fall and they beat Alabama, are people going to bring that back up and say, well, you know what? This might not have happened if Saban hadn't opened his mouth and told Lane, yeah, you need to go to LSU. You can win.
They may
there.
not have, told LSU, who he used to be the head coach at, telling him, man, you need to hire Kiffin. Don't be messing around and all that kind of stuff. Now they get a really good coach and they beat Alabama 3 years in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, and friends will do that for friends. Maybe he and Kiffin are friends. Maybe he's got friends within LSU. But friends will do. I remember the fateful day when Mike Hubbard came to me and said, look, are you interested in maybe working in Montgomery? And I said, well, maybe. They said, well, there's an opening over at that time, Colonial Broadcasting, to work with a guy named John Longshore doing a sports talk show. And I said, well, I'll talk to him. We'll see. I'm happy where I am. And so, we talked to the suits at Colonial. And I said, what's this all about? Well, we need you to work for 3 hours a day. You'll have a co-host. It's not just you and everything like that. And we need somebody who has an Auburn background. It was okay. And so the first time I met John Longshore, what was it, John? About 15 minutes before we actually went on the air to do our first show together?
I think so, something like that.
And it was like that scene in Step Brothers where Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly look at each other. What's up? What's up? Kind of figuring each other out and everything. And the rest is history. I never would have taken that job if somebody that I know who's familiar with the business, not said, hey, would you be interested in this? So, maybe Saban did get the job for Lane Kiffin at LSU. But the point is valid. Why is he meddling in LSU stuff? Is LSU paying Nick Saban a consulting fee?
No.
Shouldn't Nick Saban be, making suggestions to Kalen DeBoer about, hey, when the chance comes against the Aubs, and you got it 4th and 2 at the goal line, man, you'll win a lot of fans if you'll go for it. Something like that. Why isn't he spending his spare time consulting for the Tide?
Yeah, what I find interesting, and maybe this is part of the Lane Kiffin maturation process.
That ain't happening.
But say Kiffin didn't leave Alabama on good terms. Obviously, Saban was pissed.
Was not happy.
And told him to hit the road the week before the national championship game. A game in which they lost. So I got to think that kind of stung Saban a little bit, but maybe they've mended the fences since then.
He talks about Saban all the time on social media.
Yeah.
The GOAT and this and that. And, he'll retweet some Saban, references that people make with the little GOAT emoji and all that. Yeah.
I don't think Kiffin would be making these statements or even when he was at the podium. I talked to Nick Saban. I talked to Pete Carroll. He's not going to make those statements if he didn't do it. I mean, I can't believe he would put himself in that position. Pete Carroll's over going, I never talked to Lane Kiffin, or Saban going, I never talked to the guy.
Kiffin, I ain't spoken to him in 5 years.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can't imagine he would say that if it didn't happen. But I'm surprised more Bama fans hadn't said, whoa, hold on a second here. This guy works for us. We're paying him. How do you think Greg Gurn feels about that? Wait a minute. I got a consultant who's got a plush office inside Bryant-Denny. Don't see him there very often, but he's got one. He's zipping around on College game day, and I get it. I mean, the exposure that Alabama's getting by having Saban on game day every Saturday, they're probably thinking he can say whatever he wants to.
That's right.
Fair
point.
Do you want to be allegedly consulting a former coach of yours of where you think he ought to go?
I don't know. But, Saban has so many people. I noticed this, not only on College game day does he always pick Alabama, but he will always pick the teams of his former assistant coaches. He'll always pick Texas. He'll always pick Ole Miss, even though it's Kiffin, or he'll always pick who was the one guy? Oh, he'll always pick Indiana because of Signetti, who used to coach there.
Yep.
So he's got a pretty extensive tree, and I mean, his word is golden. Athletic directors and college presidents, they know that if there's somebody that they hire that the fans don't love, and the fans say, well, why didn't you hire this guy? And it gets out that the athletic director got a phone call about that guy, recommending him from Nick Saban, and the fans find out about that and find out that he got the phone call from Nick Saban and you still didn't hire that guy, they're going to fire you. So he knows he has a certain weight to carry around that kind of stuff. People know a Saban coach, a Saban assistant. They know what he stands for. They know what he does. You know, Charles Huff is at Southern Miss. And
you know, personally, I know there's some people that have commented on it, some people that have written about it. I didn't think twice about it when I heard Kiffin make that comment. I personally don't have a problem with it.
No.
I got to think in 30 years in radio, somebody came to you or to me or to both of us and said, hey, guys, I got an opportunity to go work at WPIG. What do you think? Yeah. Oh, yeah, those guys are great. Go over there and work for them. Yeah, I think why not? Sure. Good luck, man. I think you got a great opportunity.
Will, we had an opportunity once to write a book. Somebody came to us and said, hey, how about an autobiography? I thought it was a great idea. I got 4 chapters in. Hey, John, how's it going?
Writer's block. Writer's block.
Keep going, Barry.
I never knew, Barry, that, chasing my dream of a college degree would take up so much of my time away from writing that autobiography. I mean, interdisciplinary studies kick my tail.
Yeah. So you know what Saban's impact is. I was about to mention Charles Huff, who coached for Saban, is now the head coach at Southern Miss, and I was talking with their play-by-play guy, John Cox, and he says, man, we have to wear
John Coxtosin from Fletch?
No, just John Cox. Oh. He says we have to wear a coat and tie on the plane. Okay. He says sometimes our plane trips are like an hour. So, the guys go put on the coat and tie, get on the plane, get off the plane, get to the hotel, take the coat and tie off and get back and wearing your sweats and stuff like that. But that's a Saban thing. That kind of thing's out there.
Transportation secretary is telling people all across the country, dress up when you get on a plane. Don't look.
It used to be that way. Used to be that way. Women would wear their Sunday church clothes.
That's right.
To fly. Guys would wear, coat, tie, hat.
I mean, when I see flip-flop guy get on a plane with shorts, I'm thinking, buddy, are you kidding me?
Girl with fuzzy polo tights
or bedroom slippers.
Bedroom slippers.
Yeah. I'm thinking, are you kidding me?
Well, anyway.
And I've never flown on Spirit, but I understand. You ever seen the movie Soul Plane?
I have.
I think Spirit is similar to that airline.
We've actually interviewed one of the stars of that. I wish it had been Snoop. Instead, it was Tom Arnold. Never asked him about that.
Love that. That was great. That movie didn't get enough acclaim either. It was actually pretty funny. Kevin Hart, Snoop,
Tom Arnold. Who else is in that? We're going to have to check during the break.
Yeah, we might have to do that. When we come back, hey, it's time for the Daily Dog.
Coming up, our Daily Dog with Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Prattville Carpet is the most trusted name in flooring in the River region. Ray Bowles and his staff have an extensive line of Mohawk stain-resistant carpeting in all the latest styles and colors. Prattville Carpet also has hardwood, vinyl, and ceramic tile for all of your flooring needs. Professionally installed at the absolute lowest prices. Take advantage of cash and carry vinyl plank at just $239 a foot. Call them today to set up your free measurement for your home, office, lake house, hunting camp, or wherever you need flooring. 285-8117. That's 285-8117, or drop by 2201 Cobbs Ford Road in Prattville for Prattville Carpet.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, Oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Stivers Ford of Montgomery has Bronco Sports for $8,000 off, Broncos for $10,000 off, or take advantage of the sign and drive lease offer with $399 for 36 or 48 months and 0 down payment.
Stivers Ford, where price sells Fords.
Stivers Ford of Montgomery has F-150 $16,000 off or 0% for 66 months. Even Lightnings $16,000 off or 0% for 75 months, and Super Duties $12,000 off.
Stivers Ford, where price sells Fords.
Okay, welcome back in. 20 minutes past the hour on this Wednesday, Longshore McKnight. So glad you are with us here today. College football playoff brackets released yesterday. Conference championship games coming up this Friday and Saturday. National Signing Day is today. Any updates before we go to the Daily Dog?
Let's see. For Alabama, we said they had 12 already. They've got another one, Malik Franklin, who is a defensive lineman.
Malik Freak.
Give them 13 so far. For Auburn, we had 4 the last time we checked, and right now it is at 4.
Barry, you mentioned Xavier Crowell, running back at Alabama, has signed. He's in the Super 7, I believe. Their team's playing for a state title.
Yeah, they are all that. That's a good team.
I mean, can you believe high school kids playing 16, 17 games? Huh, who would have ever
I don't think, John always brings that up, and he's like, well, they do it in high school. Fine. It shouldn't. It shouldn't happen, but they do.
Yeah, I mean, how many kids are going, I'm not playing because we play too many games. I'm not going to play, man.
I would go a long way without hearing that voice from John.
These kids want to play. They play 30 if you'd let them.
By the way, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 signings for Troy.
Whoa.
Right now.
You go, Troy.
21.
I got to think they're still ahead of Auburn, and I've got to hit the load more button, I guess. Back to Xavier Crowell. Somebody was telling me in a game maybe last week he was playing in. I mean, he's got like 4 or 5 guys around him, and they still can't bring him down.
Yeah.
That the guys he's one of these players who probably gets the ball every other play.
It's not fair. I mean, Alabama has got they've got a reputation. Kids are like, man, I got an offer from Alabama. That's enticing. I get that. But he's easy to recruit, John. He really is. You know why?
Why's that?
Because all you got to do when you go visit Xavier Crowell, running back out of Jackson, is say, have you seen our running game this year? I'm just saying,
And don't anybody ask this question. Can he pass pro? Can he block? It don't matter.
Yeah.
Same thing with Sean Alexander. He couldn't either.
Same thing with Derrick Henry. Throw him in there. Hey, I'm not guaranteeing that you'll play immediately. All I'm saying is look at the tape of our running game. And you make the choice. Couldn't sign fast enough.
All right.
Here we go. Phantom's Daily Dog. There was no football yesterday.
Yeah. And
Phantom had to go to the association.
It was okay. I got to tell you, Bear, I hate to, disappoint our Major League Baseball fans out there, all 4 of you. But I found myself, believe it or not, and I didn't have a hard time believing it. I enjoyed it, actually. But I found myself, Barry, watching more of the NBA last night. And I thought to myself, I think you have just watched more NBA basketball than any baseball through the entire regular or postseason combined.
In one day?
In one day. I'm thinking, no way I watched combined this much Major League Baseball over the spring and summer and fall, preseason, regular season, postseason, than I've done last night watching the New York Knicks at the Boston Celtics.
I think the Knicks, it was at Boston.
It was.
And I think, and John said this, he and the Phantom conferred. John said, look, I don't get it. I don't have to understand why they do things like having the Celtics playing at home plus 1.5.
Correct.
I don't have to explain it.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
I just have to take advantage of it when I see it.
That's right. I mean, it's kind of like Bama's a 2.5-point dog. Shouldn't it be higher? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Boston was a home dog last night. I mean, I'm even getting in bed, turning the TV on, watching it, and the little lady's kind of, she doesn't make a comment. Like, are you watching this? Is it basketball season yet? Really? Well, what's your interest in this game? Nothing. Didn't say a word. I went, wow, this is awesome.
She's kind of getting used to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So watch the game, and it was good. It got tight at the end, but not only was Boston catching points, Barry, they win the game outright.
6. 123 to 117. There were some good games yesterday. John said, like you said, there's an NBC doubleheader on Tuesday nights. To everybody's surprise, the Pelicans, they lose in overtime at home because Gurn Williamson is out for 3 weeks with an injury.
No way.
It's an adductor injury. I don't even know what an adductor is. Can you text Robert Kahn real quick? What the heck is an adductor?
I got to write that down. Adductor. How you spell that, Barry?
It's ADDUCTOR. It's not abductor. It's not like the Symbionese Limited.
Wow, that's an interesting injury. Yeah, the Pels 3-19 on the season, Barry. Already 18 games behind Oklahoma City, who leads the Western Conference at 21-1. What about OKC? Wow. But you know what, Barry? Not all bad, because the Washington Wizards also only have 3 wins on the year as well.
Yeah.
They've only got 17 losses, though. The Pels have 19 losses.
I think Zion Williamson, he actually got with his agent and says, look, can you get our doctor to hunt up an injury I haven't had? And yeah, you've had that.
Can they not trade that guy?
And adductor. Let's just say your adductor is strained or broken or whatever an adductor is, and then you can miss 3 weeks there. Okay, adductor. My
sounds
adductor
kind of painful
hurts
to me. Ugh.
Yeah. Okay.
So we got a win last night in our first NBA game of the year. Well, of the new season, because we certainly did well in the NBA.
No doubt.
Into the regular season and into postseason. We should maybe stick with the NBA. Who knows? All right. So tonight, Barry.
Yes.
We're staying at the association. Why not? I mean,
okay.
Why jump off this train? So we're going to go down to Central Florida, and we're going to go to near Disney World, hosting the San Antonio Spurs tonight. Magic 13-8 in the Eastern Conference, 4 games out of first place. San Antonio used to be a bottom feeder. They went through some struggles, but they've really turned it around. They're in San Antonio, 14-6.
Yeah, they've got Victor Wembanyama, who is really, really good. So
that's right. 14-6, 6 games out of first place in the Western Conference, and they're catching 8 points tonight. Okay, I'm in. I'll take the Spurs plus 8 on the road at Orlando tonight. They might not win the game. I mean, I hope they do. I'm pulling for them, but they ain't getting beat by more than 8.
Yeah. Couple of injuries in there. You may say, well, Wembanyama's out. He has a calf. The guy's 7'4". His calf is like that big.
Big calf.
But then again, Paolo Banchero's out for the Magic too, with a groin.
Ooh. I think I'd rather have a calf injury than a groin injury.
All day long.
You kind of, Barry, with a calf injury, you kind of limp a little bit. That groin injury,
you can't even limp.
Nuh-uh. You're walking funny. People know, that guy got a groin injury.
Yeah. No TV opinion on Bama minus 10.5 at home against Clemson?
I was thinking about that as well.
Clemson's 7-1, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a trend guy, and I don't like jumping off the horse just yet, so to speak.
Yeah, true.
So I've thought about that. Auburn, big favorite as well against NC State. A couple of other, as a matter of fact, I think didn't Duke and Kentucky play last night? I think I saw that game.
They did. Yes, that is true.
Is it just my imagination? Oh, that was a Hall & Oates song, as a matter of fact. Is it like lotto balls? Hey, look at this. Duke and Kentucky are going to play in the ACC SEC Challenge. Huh.
Well, it's like
finagling these matchups.
Yeah, Carolina and Kentucky in the SEC ACC. Bill from Baltimore is exactly right. He said SEC ACC Challenge is a letdown this year. Last year, new blue bloods, Auburn and Alabama, played Duke in North Carolina. This year, it reverts. Okay. All right, you guys had your fun and everything. Now back to NC State.
And you know what, Bill? I'm just going to give you an opinion on that. I don't know it, but I believe it's true until I'm told it's not. The TV executive said, whoa, tap the brakes here, boys.
Yeah.
We're going to get our blue bloods, Kentucky and Duke, playing on a standalone. I mean, most of these games are tonight, not last night. Let's get Kentucky and Duke standalone, kind of tip it off, and then we'll play all these other games that have to be played. I mean, for Pete's sakes, Alabama's on ESPNU tonight. I mean, really? ESPNU?
I mean, ESPNU can't see it.
I got to scramble around to find that. Auburn's playing at like 8:30. Ugh. Are they going to bring Golish out at halftime to
heck yeah.
Introduce. Well, they ought to bring Durkin out there with him.
Absolutely. By the way, it did not go well yesterday in the SEC ACC Challenge for the SEC. He mentioned North Carolina, Kentucky. Carolina won that one at Rupp by 3. They played 9 games yesterday in that challenge. SEC won 3.
Oh, give me some rundown here. Well, let me.
Georgia, who was 8-1, beat Florida State.
Florida State can't get anything going.
Florida, the defending national champion, loses to Duke.
Now that's an interesting match. Now, wait a minute, I thought North Carolina played Kentucky and Duke played. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think those were the blue blood matchups. Duke is 9-0, by the way. They got the best player in the country. He's a freshman named Cameron Boozer. Was Summerall better not have been at that one. I don't know. Texas A&M beats Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And Oklahoma beats Wake Forest. That's it.
Oh.
Everybody
and then I noticed
else.
There's a couple of other Notre Dame and Missouri played. Notre Dame beat Missouri. Is Notre Dame in the ACC?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, they are on everything but football. Tonight, Clemson and Alabama from Tuscaloosa, 6:15. Auburn and NC State from Neville Arena at 8:15. The Auburn game's on ESPN. Huh.
How about that? Yeah.
Go figure.
Well,
Elsewhere,
it is at 8.
SMU at Vanderbilt in the Chuck Schick Bowl.
Barry, there are 4 8:15 games tonight. What's up with that?
Why? Why is that? Why? Number one, why are they all playing at the same time across the different platforms? And number two, why 8:15? Why all of a sudden is 8:15?
It's interesting, Barry. I guess because Auburn's one of the few ranked teams. Vanderbilt's ranked 17th. Auburn's ranked 20th. Maybe that's why they're on the ESPN. I see Vandy's on the SEC network. Bama, though, you got number 6 Louisville and number 25 Arkansas on ESPN at 6:15. Then you got Bama on ESPNU at 6:15 as well. What's on the SEC network at 6:15 tonight? That's what I'd like to know instead of ESPNU. But
what is
back
that?
to your original question? I'm just there again. The NBA's been good to me. Why should I not stick around?
That's right. Ride that horse until he comes up lame.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's kind of the way I see it there with tonight's game. So we
best
got
one tonight.
San Antonio +8 at Orlando.
The best one tonight in the SEC ACC Challenge, SMU and Vanderbilt at Vanderbilt. How about the Commodores? Again, their basketball team is 8-0. Their head coach is a guy named Mark Byington, who's had some experience in the Sun Belt. Vanderbilt 8-0, SMU 8-0. I mean, the the Cliff Eagle sweaters, the patchouli, people who look like they come from a Scotch ad. That's you talk about hoity-snooty.
Now, I understand, students at SMU, they don't go to Panama City for spring break. Daddy brings the G5 and they go to Aspen.
Yeah.
For
SMU has got
break.
many dollars.
That's tons of cash. Should this event, though, I think it's kind of getting lost a little bit. I said earlier, I like the fact November, December, there's some matchups in college basketball that make the fans excited and kind of give the sport a little spotlight. But National Signing Day, a lot of coaching movement earlier in the week in football, conference championship games on Friday and Saturday. Is this kind of getting lost? Because I got to tell you, Barry, if I didn't channel surf last night and see Kentucky play in North Carolina, I wouldn't have known they were playing last night.
Can I give a couple of words of advice? Alex Golesh, when you get on the court in front of sold-out Neville Arena for this one, and the public address announcer, maybe Rick Smith, my buddy, says, "Ladies and gentlemen, your new head football coach of the Auburn Tigers, Alex Golesh." Place goes nuts. Place goes crazy.
Yep.
Alex, 3 things you do not do that will be expected. Number 1, when you talk to the crowd, do not mention that it will be 361 days until you beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
Number 2, you do not lead the War Eagle. You do not stand there in the middle of the court and say, "All right, everybody up. Whoa." You let somebody else do that, and you just come in from this side. And number 3, don't mention that nobody is going to outwork us in the country.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, that's a possibility. I think you might hear that. Nobody's going to outwork us. I would be really like, wow, man, that guy's on top of it. If he gives us, don't worry about the recruiting rankings right now. Just don't worry. It's all going to be fine.
Stay the course.
Stay the course. Just because you got to hit the load more button, don't let that bother you. We got work to do, and nobody is going to outwork us or out-recruit us. And that's why I got my man DJ Durkin over here. He's going to help us recruit.
No, that's you're wrong. You're wrong there.
Uh-oh.
Do not bring DJ Durkin with you. You've said that twice now. Do not bring DJ Durkin with you. And the great guy, I got no problem with DJ Durkin, but you do not want to risk DJ Durkin getting louder applause than you get.
Yeah, boy.
You don't want slight smattering of applause. Head football coach Alex Durkin. Hey, everybody say, proud to have with us back for another year, defensive coordinator DJ Durkin. True,
that ain't good. You're right. Yeah, and he's he's sitting over there going, "Man, what's up with that?" So, I'll be looking to see the tips at 8:50. I mean, that's going to be what 9:15, 9:30 before they introduce the coach to the crowd on a school night. Whew, that's kind of tough.
Listen to you, school night, as if school night ever made a whit of difference to you. Coming up in just a moment, it's the Gurn Jr. Victoryland 777 topic. Again, I kind of overshadowed all of this. It is tonight, NBA. It is the Magic.
It is San Antonio +8.
San Antonio +8.
At the Magic.
At the Magic. There you go. Longshore and McKnight, in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Local banking expertise, the newest innovations and technology. Personal attention, genuine hospitality. It's all just part of the Riverbank and Trust difference. They invite you to experience it for yourself. Welcome to banking above and beyond at Riverbank and Trust. Locations throughout the river region, locations throughout the state of Alabama. Riverbank and Trust.
Building your finances doesn't happen by chance. It takes guidance tailored to your needs. That's what Synovus provides. Advice from experts you can trust. Solutions for your day-to-day life. So when it's time to make decisions, you can do so with confidence, knowing you're closer to the future you want. From basic banking to financial planning, Let's discuss what's next. Visit a Synovus branch near you. Call 888-SYNOVUS or visit synovus.com/get there to get started.
The Destin Connection Seafood Market at 3750 Norman Bridge Road in Montgomery has the freshest seafood direct from the Gulf of America. I'm talking red snapper and grouper, all sizes of Gulf shrimp, jumbo lump crab meat and crab claws, Louisiana Bay oysters, and New Bedford scallops. They are a full-service seafood market and kitchen serving po' boys, dinners, and sandwiches. You know, many well-known restaurants in the river region purchase their seafood from the Destin Connection because they know it's the absolute best. Call ahead and your order will be ready for pickup. The Destin Connection Seafood Market, 3750 Norman Bridge Road. Call 288-4272. That's 288-4272. All righty, welcome back in, everybody. About 20 minutes to the top of the hour. Longshore and McKnight, presented by Bud Light. I wanted to just run this past you, Barry. I thought this was interesting. I'm going to get into this probably more a little bit in detail later in the week as we get ready for some conference championship games. I know you're getting ready for a big one up at where is this? What city in Virginia is this school located in?
Harrisonburg.
I don't think I've ever heard of Harrisonburg.
It's in the Shenandoah Valley. We were there. I did the show one time when we were there for basketball or baseball or something like that. So it's the only time I've ever been there. I've never been there for football.
Is it near Roanoke?
Well, I do know this. I don't know that. I do know this. We're staying at a hotel in Charlottesville,
which is close to Roanoke, I think. I think it's not too far away.
All right. I think we're flying into Charlottesville.
Charlottesville.
Which is where the University of Virginia
is.
That's all I know.
And I think Richmond's close to Charlottesville as well. So I thought about that and I thought, interesting. What I really thought was interesting is the point spread here. And I know that's something you probably don't look a lot at, but Troy is about a 23.5, 24-point underdog here. And I thought that was a little out of whack. And both these schools, James Madison and Troy, I believe, have played Old Dominion.
Correct.
A common opponent.
Correct.
So when James Madison played Old Dominion, they were a 3-point favorite. That was back in mid-October.
Yes.
Basically, that means that from a power rating standpoint, Old Dominion and James Madison are essentially the same. And James Madison got a little bump because of a home field advantage. That's usually factored in. Teams playing at home, 2-3-point factor there.
Right.
Troy played Old Dominion 3 weeks ago, I believe, as a 9.5-point underdog. So wait a minute. James Madison was a 3-point favorite against Old Dominion at home. Troy was a 9.5-point dog at Old Dominion 3.5 weeks ago.
Equals.
So JMU at Old Dominion essentially rated about the same. I told you why. I think power ratings, why they're pretty, you factor that all in. Then James Madison gets 3 points for home field. Rated essentially the same. Why in the world is Troy catching almost 24 points in this game? Just saying.
How do you factor this in as well? The head coach at James Madison, Bob Chesney, no relation to Kenny, is already told the team that as soon as their year is over, he's going to UCLA.
Leaving us high and dry, Coach?
Well, he'll be there, but he's got 1 foot out the door.
I mean, and I'm with you. I'm not sure they're going to make the playoff. If they win, hate it for them. Stinks. But I've seen JMU's logo up on the bracket. But as I look at the bracket today and I see conference champion here, conference champion there, those are two teams I'm not seeing in there. I'm not personally. I'm not seeing them in there. I can see Tulane if they win. I could see Who's the other conference champion that I'm thinking of?
It may be North Texas. Whoever wins North
yeah.
Texas and Tulane. Both of those are playing with lame duck coaches.
Yeah. So I just wonder, is JMU getting in? Don't think so. Don't think so. So I don't know. I just thought that number, when I saw that earlier this week, I went, Troy's catching over 3 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Really? Huh? Something ain't right.
Something ain't right. Everybody's healthy for Troy. It's not that. So
I just thought that may be getting a little bit too much juice up there at what's the weather supposed to be Friday night?
It was supposed to be rainy, but it's not going to rain anymore, but it will be 23 degrees. 23 degrees for a guy who has a fanatical hatred of cold weather.
I've said this a lot before too. And maybe Troy down there in South Alabama, they're not used to this. I don't know, it's pretty cold out there today. But it's not like the James Madison players sit out in the snow for 8 hours at a time in a pair of shorts and a t-shirt.
That's true too.
It's not like, Green Bay, Tampa can't play in Green Bay. Well, do you think those Packer players sit out there in the 20 degree weather and snow? No. They're sitting in a 78 degree home with a fire going in the fireplace, drinking hot chocolate. To me, I don't think one team's, look, you can get frostbite just as quick if you live in Green Bay, if you live in Tampa. You still will be cold.
Gotcha. Well, when we come back, we'll take a break right now. We'll come back, and it's the Gurn Jr. Victoryland 777 Topic Wheel. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Stivers Ford of Montgomery has F-150s and Lightnings, each $16,000 off, with 2.9% on F-150 or 0% on Lightning, and Super Duties $12,000 off or 0%.
Stivers Ford, where price sells Fords.
Stivers Ford of Montgomery has Broncos and Explorers, each $10,000 off, with 2.9% on Explorer, plus Mach-E's at $11,000 off or 0% for 75 months.
Stivers Ford, where price sells Fords.
Hey, where's the beer guy? Bud Light here? You get a Bud Light? Bud Light? I'm here, Bud Light. Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light where? Bud Light here? Oh, Bud Light there. I missed that because of you. You did not miss that play because of me. Tough to stop talking this way? Yeah. It's actually kind of fun.
Hey, I got your Bud Light.
Oh, nice. Never mind. Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light.
What'd I miss?
I have no idea.
You can be a winner too with Victoryland Casino's 8 days of giveaways. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. We're giving away $125,000 in free play and cash. That's right. Victoryland Casino is giving away $125,000 in free play and cash. Come play the latest and greatest games featuring exciting bonuses and huge jackpots. There's always more ways to win at Victoryland Casino. Off I-85, exit 22, Shorter, Alabama. Must be 21 or older. Must be present to win.
All right, here we are back at it, about 13 minutes to the top of the hour. I see the Victoryland 777 Topic Wheel in the green room, loosening up, getting ready to go. We do not know what these topics are about. Have no clue. Haven't seen them. Seeing them for the first time, just as you are, and our viewing and listening audience. That's what makes it fun. We got to kind of think on the fly here. I think he missed his microphone again.
Stop. Pants on fire. Give the dogs. There's some good stuff. I like.
All right. Yeah. Let's see what we got here as we spin away. Victoryland 777 Casino open 24/7, 365, and we got
whiffed it.
Ooh, whiffed it.
Whiffed it right.
Could it be baseball? Could it be golf? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, he missed.
Yeah.
I saw that for the Giants.
Yeah. Look at number 12.
What
the heck?
He missed the football.
Ooh.
I've seen a guy block one. I've seen a guy hit one fat. I've seen a guy hit one thin. As a matter of fact, it was the same guy, Joseph Bulovas, Connor Tolte this year. But I've never seen a guy, his foot hit like 8 inches behind the football.
Ooh.
And stuck.
He wasn't trying to throw this game, was he?
How in the world can you have a field goal and miss the ball? What are you, Charlie Brown?
Yeah, in golf, if you hit it fat, normally you've lifted your head up. You've looking, I want to go ahead and see where my ball's going before you've actually hit it. That can cause you to hit it fat. Maybe this kicker was looking up before he made contact with the ball. I don't know. I haven't seen a frame by frame of this, but I got to tell you, I've never seen a kicker hit the ground that far behind the ball before.
I've never really thought of the swing of a kicker's leg being like a golf swing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to rotate your hips. You got to, like John said, you got to keep your head down. I never really understood why that was a big deal for place kickers. You got to he lifted his head. The golf swing and a field goal kick, it's bound to be similar, John.
You got to keep your head down. And there's a trend now in golf. I don't get it. I've played around with it a little bit on the putting green. People not looking at the ball when they putt, they look at the hole. They kind of get over it, and they look, and they look, and they look, and then they look at the hole and then make their stroke. I don't get that.
Hey, when you are shooting a free throw, are you getting there and looking at the ball and saying, no, you're looking, look at the rim.
At the goal. Yeah. And I guess maybe if you practiced it enough, you could look at the hole and putt. I just have never been able to do that because
Fernando Valenzuela used to throw a pitch with his eyes closed. He'd get into his windup, look up at the ball at the top of his windup, close his eyes, and throw it.
Different quirky things that people do that become successful. I would have never thought closing my eyes to pitch a baseball would be one of them.
We had on the topic wheel one time before. Gurn remembers that one where you had the guy who was putting one-handed.
Yeah.
Why in the world would you do that? It makes no sense.
It does. It makes no sense at all.
Back at it. Here we go.
Praise, Theodis, you're right. Richmond, about 60 miles from Charlottesville. When I went to see Auburn play Virginia at Virginia on a Thursday night, Pat Dye was at the game because I sat next to him in the press box. I drove the next morning back to the Richmond airport. Former radio engineer Larry Wilkins was on my flight. I'll never forget. Yep. Hey, Larry, hey, good to see you. I remember it being somewhat of a drive back to the Richmond airport. So, yes, Theodis, about an hour's drive away, Richmond from Charlotte. So that's where y'all are flying into. You got about an hour's drive.
There we go. That sounds good. I'm up.
More to go.
Here we go. Oh, tongue pop.
Ooh, I like the tongue pop.
Yes.
Pants on fire. That's after a Mexican meal the night before.
No, this is after liar, liar.
Oh.
Pants on fire.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
All right. They say Ole Miss players are saying Lane Kiffin, what he said about their team meeting didn't really happen. Son Terene Perkins said this was not the message you said in the meeting room. Everybody that was in there can vouch on this. Kiffin, back up to the top. Despite the team asking me to keep coaching, I think everybody that in that room would disagree. Everybody was evidently okay with Kiffin leaving. Man, if you're going to leave us, go flip that back up to the top, Gurn, just a little bit. Yeah, that one. This is to the statement. After a lot of prayer and time spent with family, I made the difficult decision to accept the head coaching position at LSU. I was hoping to complete a historic 6-season run with this year's team by leading Ole Miss. My request to do so was denied. Friday's Egg Bowl was my last game. Evidently, he didn't tell the team that. Basically, it was something along like, boys, I'm out. Good luck. Don't call me unless you want to transfer. If you want to do that, let me know. But other than that, man, you guys are on your own. And his dog, he even lied about his dog.
Yeah, man.
Juice Kiffin, who was on social media and everything, it wasn't even his dog. He didn't even
Adopted
live
dog.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, he rented a dog.
Mm.
What sense does that?
Yeah. Didn't one of his daughters date an LSU player?
Yeah, Whit Weeks.
Maybe that's one of the reasons he went to LSU.
Maybe so.
The daughter wanted to be closer to her.
Liar.
Yeah.
Pants on fire.
Where's his son going to play high school football now? I mean, has he got to go to Baton Rouge to play? I mean,
I thought he's still got another year. I think he's in 11th grade. His name's Knox. I bet he does.
All right. We got 4 more to go. Let's see what's on the Gurn Junior Victoryland 777 topic wheel. Green, blue, red, and yellow. Let's see what we got. It's
pack it up. Pack it up.
Pack it up.
Oh. Chris Paul earlier, we had that on the topic wheel. He said after 21 years, he is retiring from the NBA.
Yep.
The Clippers said, actually, you're gone now. We are parting ways with Chris, and he will no longer be on the team. We will work with him on his next step of his career. He's a legendary Clipper. I wonder what happened. To move on, the Clippers would have to waive him and pay him his $1.5 million salary. No, it's not 1.5. It's $3.6 million. Agreed to a buyout or a trade, which they couldn't do until December 15th. So basically what it is like, we want you to retire at the end. You want to retire at the end of the season. We're here to tell you you're not any good anymore. We want you to get out now.
I was wondering
up a roster spot.
Yeah, I was wondering why the Clippers were the team just above the New Orleans Pelicans in the Western Conference. 1 game out of last place.
And they got the nicest arena in the NBA. Doesn't make sense.
What is going on there?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Okay. Chris Paul, good guy. All right, let's spin away.
No relation to Billy Paul, who once sang Me and Mrs. Jones.
Billy Paul. Wow, okay.
Yes. Beefing.
Where's the beefing?
Beefing, arguing, griping, da-da-da. What do we got here? Da-da-da. Oh, there was a confrontation between Cam Hayward and Josh Allen.
Dirty play. What happened here?
Yeah. Cam Hayward's a stand-up guy and all that. There was a dirty play or something that led to something with him and Allen. There's a little back chat.
Yeah. What'd he say? Come on, buddy. I mean, have a backbone. I mean, sticks and stones, but words will never hurt me.
Hayward, who's, again, stand-up guy, really good guy, one of the NBA Men of the Year, da-da-da. Hayward gets flagged and da-da-da. I do wonder what that was all about. He said it was a dirty play. That led to that.
Yeah, boy, interesting stuff.
Okay, who knows?
Yeah.
I saw one of the old punches in the groin deal.
Aaron Rodgers got mad because a reporter asked him a question about the Steelers coaching staff. Why would you even ask Aaron Rodgers a question? The guy's a jerk.
Yep.
2 more to go, I believe, here on the Victoryland 777 topic wheel on this Wednesday. Let's see what comes up next here on the wheel. Blue and red.
Okay.
Kansas colors.
Again, it's always Kansas colors.
It's always Kansas colors here toward the end. We're spinning away, and this is what comes up next.
Give them the dogs.
Give them the dogs. Who let the dogs out?
It sounds like something in a divorce settlement.
Yeah, really. She can have the dog.
Ben Johnson, head coach of the Chicago Bears.
Mm-hmm.
And his wife and daughter's reaction to him taking off his shirt. Yeah, he took off his shirt in the locker room. And he's dancing around. Andy Reid never did that.
No. I mean, a regular season NFL win is worthy of a shirt removal?
No shirt.
No dice.
No shirt, no shoes. Live it. Learn it. Know it.
Whoa, Hamilton. Okay, I missed that one. Who'd they beat again?
Oh, who was that? All I know is that they're leading the division. It might be the
Good for the Bears.
It was the Eagles.
Eagles are suffering. Yeah, they're leaking oil.
Yeah.
All right, one more to go. Let's see
All
what
right.
we got here on the Gurn Junior Victoryland 777 topic wheel. Victoryland open 24/7.
Free hot dogs to every person. The Wieners Circle.
Okay.
Not the Winner's Circle, the Wieners Circle.
Yep.
Promised for free hot dogs for every patron who stopped by after Caleb Williams' 4-touchdown performance against the Cowboys in September. They did it again because of Ben Johnson. They said a free hot dog. Oh, that's what it was. If Johnson took off his shirt in celebration, anybody who comes by will get a free hot dog.
There you go.
And he laughed about it, and then he laughed and said, well, they beat the Eagles. He took his shirt off. Free hot dogs for everybody.
Free hot dogs for everybody. Love it.
All right,
okay,
here we go. One more.
Hot dogs. All right, one more to go. We'll wrap up the Victoryland 777 topic wheel. Got to spin it to make it official, and it is going to say
slow return.
Slow return. Is it election returns? Didn't they have an election in Tennessee last night?
Oh yeah, Tiger Woods.
Ooh.
He's been injury prone. He's got new bones, new screws in his body, all that. What has he won? 15 majors.
Yeah.
Not sure when he'll return to competitive golf. He made 5 PGA Tour starts in 2024. He says it's been slow. He's had about 14 back surgeries.
Yeah.
He says not able to do much on a disc replacement to let it set. Can't really do much. I'd just retire.
I would too.
Too
many car wrecks for Tiger.
There you go. And what's he going to do? He can't help his legacy. He's not going to. How much more money does he really need? Let Tiger just.
Boy, no kidding.
Walk away.
All right, been a great show today.
Yep.
Tomorrow, Jason Caldwell, Auburn Undercover, Rodney Orr, the Tider Insider, brought to you exclusively by the Destin Connection Seafood Market, will join us as well. So we got a lot going on tomorrow.
Looking forward to it. For CJ Duncan from Yellowhammer News and our producer, Gurn Jr., I'm Barry McKnight with John Longshore. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented